shit, I can't seem to get this cartridge to fit in my handheld device. How else am I gonna be playing my favorite puzzle game? Is that Dr. Mario on the Game Boy? Well, what do you know? It's a Game Boy version of Dr. Mario, which came out the exact same day as the NES version. But is it any good? Yeah! Yeah, I'm not joking when I say that Dr. Mario on the Game Boy holds up really well to its NES counterpart. Sure, the graphics aren't as good as the NES version, and there isn't any color except green. Yet it still manages to keep the fun, addictive, pill-popping puzzle game intact. If you've never played Dr. Mario before, the goal of the game is to clear your board of the heinous viruses, which for some reason, Dr. Mario keeps them all contained in pill bottles. Seriously, could you imagine holding a bottle full of viruses? And if it were to get into the wrong hands, we'd be screwed. Like seriously, where's the CDC in all this? But nevertheless, the Game Boy version pretty much plays the same way as the NES version. You have to stack 3 pills on top of a virus, vertically or horizontally, in order to destroy the virus. Once all the viruses are destroyed, you get no music and move on to the next stage. Wait, no music? Seriously? They took out the level clearing music? Well, maybe they didn't like it. What am I saying? This is awful! Why? Come to think of it, there's no title music either. You know, the iconic Dr. Mario theme. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You know, that one? It boggles my mind that the Game Boy version doesn't have that many tracks. I mean, it still has the Fever and Chill themes, the menu theme, and the ending theme, but that's it? Just those 4 tracks? Like, doesn't that seem like a ripoff to you? But nevertheless, the music sounds just as good as the NES version, so I really can't complain about the quality of the music, but still, you could have at least give me the victory theme. But anyways, once you clear all the viruses, you move on to the next level. Rinse, lather, repeat. Now in the NES version, you had to match the pills with the virus's color, which you add red, yellow, and blue. But the original Game Boy has no color whatsoever. Yet Nintendo managed to work around that by including textures on one of the viruses. So in this version, you have Dark Virus, Light Virus, and Pixely Virus. He's my favorite, by the way. You know, this amazes me. Even though this isn't the NES version, the Game Boy version of Dr. Mario still manages to be just as fun and as addictive as the NES version. And in retrospect, I honestly can't say that about any other game that gets ported onto the Game Boy from the NES. Because most of them I've played are watered down versions of what I expect them to be. That isn't the case with Dr. Mario, because it manages to keep all the features that made it great in the first place. You still got 2-player mode, which can be accessible with a Game Boy link cable. You still have rememberable music, despite the fact that they took out some tracks, but it still sounds just as great. And the game still manages to keep its charm, despite the graphical limitations and lack of color. And yes, I still prefer the NES version over the Game Boy version, but I don't see any reason to not play the Game Boy version because it's still Dr. Mario, and it still has that addictive virus-busting gameplay I've come to love. If you have a Game Boy and you need a great puzzle game to add to your collection, then you owe it to yourself to pick up a copy of Dr. Mario, which will cost you around $5 to $6. It's also available on the 3DS eShop for purchase if you're curious, but regardless, I say pick it up and go, because you can't go wrong with a little bit of the Doctor in your life. And that's where I'm gonna end it. Until next time. Oh God!